Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dead Harding. Shall we see what's going on our lovely little island of Fawnhollow today? Excuse me, phone. Sorry, Minnie Mouse mobile phone charm. Would you mind avoiding my elbow so I don't accidentally scrape you across the table? Sorry, I didn't mean it. I apologise, Minnie. Alright, that was a weird way to start this episode. Yeah, it was your usual casual Sunday morning, the sun shining, actually for once. Not many clouds in the sky, a little bit, you know. Haven't really paid attention to the cloud coverage for today, but it looks pretty blue right now, so that's pretty good. And we'll just be on our way in Animal Crossing. Hello everyone, right now in Fawnhollow it's 2:27 PM on Sunday, April 25th, 2021. Now for today's announcements. Today we have a visitor staying at the campsite. I hope something, I skipped through it. Everyone give them a Fawnhollow welcome. No, that's when someone moves in. I can't remember. Treat our guest well and show them what's really great about Fawnhollow. That sounds about right. Yeah, today being Sunday, of course, we don't have a visitor apart from the campsite visitor. We didn't have an expected visitor, I should say. Happy Home Academy, more like sad home academy, I know. My star-savvy hero. To be truly fashionable, one must think of the less obvious and even unseen details. I sent you a little something for you will see, but you will know to be there. Wear them with pride. Stylishly yours, Amelia. We've gone right at that exact mail about 12 million times now, so neon tights. There we go. Let's check out who our visitor is. Of course, you know who we're rooting for. We're rooting for Biscuit, we're rooting for Phoebe, we're rooting for Fauna, and we're rooting for someone else who I cannot think of right now. Who's the other one we're rooting for? I know, it'll come to mind. Maybe it'll be them, and I'll be like, what? You were the other one. Biscuit. It was Biscuit. You are... I don't know who you are, actually. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Stu. I was just looking at you, so I don't recognise you. Hello, Stu. Hope you enjoy your stay at Fawnhollow. Yeah, today's Sunday, so it means yesterday we had KK Cider concert. You might ask, hey, did you go to the KK Cider concert? No, I didn't. But I actually did go on late at night, and I realised KK Cider is not there after midnight anymore, which makes sense, you know, he probably doesn't want to be performing concerts that late. I assume he must leave at 11 PM or so, which makes no sense to me, and I didn't really think about it, because I forgot to check after 6 PM. So no, if you're wondering, we did not get KK Cider, an extra KK Cider song, so this is where we are. Here we are, don't turn away now. Do we need fossils for today? We need chopped wood. Oh yeah, I was going to say we need wood. We do need fossils. Okay, so we'll dig up any fossils we'll see. We'll do some more Nook Mile mission grinding. I did go on last night, like at midnight, because I was like, oh, let's get KK Cider song. And then, you know, he wasn't there, so... It was a bummer, but, you know, what can you do? I forgot what I was going to say. You know, I wonder if Jakey never asks to move away is because we never really speak to him on his island. You know what we should do? We should at least make a bridge so he can make it over here for now, if we're not going to plant an actual bridge over here. Because, honestly, I'd love to put a bridge down here in front of your little island here, Jakey. You know what the problem is? You can't have a 3-wide bridge. You can only have a 2-wide bridge. And I don't want to have those weird uneven numberness. So, this is what we'll do for now. I will say hello to Jakey. See if he's got... No, he's got nothing to say. Oh, he'd be thinking. That's right, if he wanted to move away. Yeah, so I played last night, Saturday, around a bit after midnight. It was just a spur moment. I was about to go to bed. I was like, oh yeah, wait, Animal Crossing, I should do that KK Cider concert thing. And he's not there. But I looked around for Celeste. Celeste wasn't there that night. There weren't any shooting stars for that little while I played, but it was a clear sky, so... I really got to get better at checking for Celeste around nighttime, because we need a lot of these nighttime recipes now, because we're moving on to our night forest. And I'm like, oh, when I first came up with the idea, I was like, oh, we'll probably get tons of night recipes by then. Newsflash, I'm too lazy to go on at nighttime and I'm crossing to check if Celeste's there. So that never happens. And sometimes when Isabel tells us there's a meteor shower event, Celeste isn't even here, so what can you do? So, we'll go about our usual biz. Let's dig up that fossil that's been sitting outside our house for ages. So what have we been doing today? Mostly just drawing, actually, and, you know, did my usual dailies and whatever games I'm playing. Nothing special really happening there. Well, there's nothing really special happening in the game for a while, I suppose. Let me think. Starlight Stage, I don't know, I don't really keep up with Starlight Stage stuff anymore. The new event's not going to happen till near the end of the month, I think. Shiny colours. Again, it's not till 30th, I believe, when the new banner comes, which I'm not even going to pull for, because it's not a character I want. Because it was previewed, because they have some live shows. Apparently Japan's having not a great time with COVID right now, which is understandable. Some of the concerts got cancelled. I don't know. Genshin, that update's not coming till Wednesday. That will be exciting. When am I going to talk about it? No, because I'm not a Genshin streamer. Or maybe I should become some, because apparently if you I looked at it, but you can be a Genshin like content creator, and then if you make like a certain amount of videos each week or month or something, and you have a certain amount of subscribers, you can get like in-game currency. I was like, oh, if only I had more subscribers. But then I'd have to, you could. I could just make clickbait videos being like top 10 things to do in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Actually, have I spoken about this before? I want to do like a parody clickbait video where it's like all of the villages in Animal Crossing ranked, the definitive list or whatever, blah blah blah, for all Animal Crossing villages. But then the joke is I just put them all in S tier because they're all top tier villages. Because every villager, just like Pokemon, every villager is someone's favourite, whether through nostalgia or whatever. And the whole joke would just be like, I just list good qualities about each and every single one of them. Really stick to a joke, because that would probably take like 5 hours to record all of them, of how many villagers there are. But yeah, I mean, that's like, I haven't even started working on it. That's just a conception of an idea. I don't even know if it'd do any good, but it sounds really funny to me. So I am kind of eager to do it. At some point, there's no rush. I forgot we're looking for another fossil, and we need to take a picture. Take my picture, take my picture, take my picture. Yeah. So yeah, not really much going on in my gacha games, as per usual. But I've started drawing. I did a lot of drawing, I should say. Because I'm currently drawing the Fez thumbnail art. Gonna have a look at it right now. You get a sneak peek? No, you don't. You can't see what's going on. It's okay. You see, Fez, it's the problem you get with a lot of minimalistic art styles. For video games I'm doing like series on. If they don't, because if you couldn't tell already, I normally draw a character Deer who doesn't actually have a name apart from Deer at the moment, so that's just her name. And I know someone's asked me that if she's got a name. I'm just like, I never really thought about it. I guess she's just called Deer, which is a bit straightforward, but what can you really do about that? No, yeah, I draw her in a setting of a video game, usually the splash art that comes with the video game, like the banner art, that sort of thing. Using and wearing the main character's clothing, or one of the main character's clothing. I don't think I've always joined them for the main character. Like Chicken Police, it wasn't. Chicken Police, I drew her in Natasha's clothing rather than Sunny's clothing. But it's always a problem with these much more simplistic art styles, which is, obviously not reminiscent, is quite common in indie games, where the character either like doesn't have clothing or minimal clothing, or they're not even like humanoid or something like that. That's the case of Fez, They're just like they're basically a walking tic tac, if anything. The only thing they're wearing is a fez. Now, obviously, I'm not going to draw Deer just wearing a fez. That would be, quite obscene, if anything. So he's like, okay, you got to come out with some sort of outfit, and I'm like, okay. Got to come up with an outfit. It's got to fit the theme. You got to make it work with a different art style, because it's obviously a lot more simplified in Fez, and you got to keep the spirit of it without making it look too weird. So I've gone with something, which I suppose you'll see sooner or later when it comes about. We need to buy flowers, sell them, sell fruits, and chop down and get some more wood. Okay. We got the recipe. Okay, we haven't got the village crafter recipe. Could be Lily. Let's find out. So, but it's a fun process trying to think out his clothing. Like, I don't think of myself as much of a fashion person. Like, I'm not keeping up with the latest trends. I'm not keeping up with high-end fashion. I don't really know all the big fashion designers by name or anything like that. But I suppose it's the sort of thing where aesthetically I appreciate good fashion and that sort of thing. I like to see interesting outfits that people have, and I suppose it's quite a lot of fun adapting these abstract ideas, not abstract ideas, but abstract or more difficult, simplified art styles, and turning them into my own art style and coming up with outfits for it. Because it was what have I done it for? I done it for Snakebird. I remember that, like to simulate the snake body. I gave Deer like a turtleneck sweater, I think, like a stripy one from what I remember, And then because all the snake birds have like little tufts of hair like sticking out of their head, and I gave her like this big ribbon bow headband thing, and I was like, oh, you know, that's pretty cool. What other ones have I done? Like, a lot of them are pretty straightforward, I'm not gonna lie. Like Animal Crossing, you know, just take one of the villagers. Oh, we don't need to walk about here. I forgot. Oh no, we need to chop down some wood. That's it. Animal Crossing's easy, just like take an outfit from a game, something like that. I believe we need both softwood and normal wood. So we're actually just gonna harvest a load of wood right now. Oh, we need to harvest twigs. That was it. We might still need softwood. I can't really remember. What other games have I done? Okay, well, I mean, we start from the start. With Bug Fables being the first one. Bug Fables is a bit interesting because, you know, obviously the characters aren't really wearing clothes. The main character. I mean, there's 3 main characters. I didn't know that at the time. I thought Vi was just the main character, and the other 2 were like sidekicks. But no, it's really the whole team. But that was an interesting one, trying to make deer into a bee without just being like, ooh, turn her into a bee, you know. Because I suppose I like the idea of basically the thumbnails are kind of like photo shoots or whatever. Like with deer as a model or something, and she's doing like a photo shoot for like promotional art for the game or something like that. So she's dressed up as a character, but you know, it'd just be like if a human in our world, I don't know why I said that so weirdly, was doing a photo shoot for something like, I don't know, Baba is you or something. Like, obviously you can't turn the human into Baba, but you can, you know, put some bunny ears on them, make them wear some white clothing or whatever that's suitable for the art style. Bada bing, bada boom. You got promotional art. So it's along that sort of lines, which is quite fun, I think. I know it's nothing revolutionary or anything like that. I'm not claiming it is. I'm just saying it's fun, and that's what I do. So got Bug Fables, that one. What's the second series? Oh, Kind Words. No, I think Animal Crossing was second, but you know, that one I just did the famous not famous, but the most popular promotional art for Animal Crossing, of that girl with a tulip crown, you know, standing on the beach. Let's go get away. They say what they're gonna say. Don't say that. Let me think about what I'm saying here. There we go. And then we'll buy some flowers and sell them again, I guess. Plant and sell. It's what we should really be doing nowadays, is farming these Nook Mom tickets, just so we can get many more Nook Mom points by the time it comes round. By the time someone moves out, and we can try and recruit someone else. Yeah, what was... It was Kind Words. Kind Words, just... I mean, there's a main character, so that was quite easy. But also, there's an actual deer in that game. That's crazy, you know? You don't see many deers in games. That's a somewhat main character as well. What was her name? Like, Ella, I think? Now it's raining Marvin Ella. Wait, hold on. There's a parody here. It's time for us to come together. Through any kind of weather, you know we'll be there for each other. Write some kind words and give, and I'll send a letter, A, 'cause my name is Ella, A. I was saying umbrella parody for Kind Words. There's some real gold to be had at that moment. What can we do? We can water some flowers. I wonder if watering Lily of the Valleys count. This is not where Lily of the Valleys are found. Are you crazy? Oatmeal, and I said oatmeal. Are you crazy? I don't actually know if these count or not, but let's find out. Because I want to water flowers such that they don't reproduce. Apparently it does count. Interesting. Another quick Nook Mile thing to add to our collection. We can do some fishing. Shooting down accessible wardrobe. We're not going to craft anything, probably. I've just got cheap things to craft. Oh, we should get trees. I forgot. Harvest some twigs. That sort of thing. Let's customize our... Probably all of our tools, to be honest, because we haven't customized them for a while. Okay. What did I play after this? This is like a good memory test to see how far backwards I can remember. what I've done. Okay, what was after Kind Words? I think I started Hollow Knight around then. I think. I mean, Hollow Knight also got a main character, so, you know, quite easy in concept to do. I guess that one was another one, because it's... The Hollow Knight characters quite simplified, aren't they? They're just like a little mask, you know? A walking mask. With, like, shadowy appendages coming off of them. So that did take a little bit of... Not too much finagling to really make it into an outfit for Deer to wear. I think the only thing I added was, like, she put on leggings, that sort of thing, because, you know. Makes sense. So that one worked out pretty well. What was after Hollow Knight? I think it was... What was that game called? Heaven's Vault. Which, again, was quite easy because Alia is the main character, and she, a clownfish. We can catch a clownfish. After we... Let's harvest some twigs first. It's our resource collection day, apparently. Let's do this one. No, we should do a tree which doesn't have much around it. Yeah, this one do. Oh, well, hello. Catch. And we just continuously shake this tree to get some twigs. Yeah, Alia was quite straightforward. I think that one, I don't know. That one, I haven't been posting my thumbnail arts to Twitter for ages, but that one actually got retweeted by Inkle, the developers of Heaven's Vault, which was pretty cool. I remember they retweeted it and they added an emoji with a little, like, eyes emoji, which I assume is a good thing. So that's pretty cool. Let me think. Actually, it's not the first time developers retweeted some of my art, I think. Like, the Bugfighter Fables developer retweeted a load of Vi fan art at one point. They retweeted one of mine, which is pretty cool. What was after Heaven's Vault? I think I stopped Kind Words shortly after Heaven's... Oh no, maybe I stopped Kind Words and then started playing Heaven's Vault. I think it must have been Witness. No, Snake... Or was it the Snakebird first? Oh yeah, the Witness was an interesting one because there is a main character, but you never see what they're wearing. But I remember I did some digging before I started drawing, and I searched. I'm sorry, Rach. I just removed your skull. The Witness. I was like Witness main character, whatever. And there's apparently an actual 3D render of a model, obviously not coloured in, and they're just like wearing a hoodie and jeans or something. I was like, okay. I guess I'll do that, but oh, you know what? I don't think sticks can land in that spot. That's why they're not dropping there. We should use a different tree. Perhaps this tree. Should have definitely had my net out. That could have been dangerous. Sorry about that. A pause. What was I talking about? I don't know. But I do now have Umbrella by Rihanna stuck in my head. I think there's oh, you know, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about old thumbnail art, fashion choices, that sort of thing. I know, it's interesting adapting them. Fashion adaptation, I suppose it is, you know. I mean, that kind of sounds like it's some weird evolution thing, like survival of the fittest, survival of the stylish, something like that. Survival of the finest? I don't know. I'm trying to think which is the better pun there. Like a fashion police would hunt you down or something for not being stylish enough. Or just eradicate you from existence, which is a bit of a macabre thought, to be honest, but... Yeah, what other games? There's... What did I get up to? I got up to The Witness? I think I missed quite a few games, but I can't remember what they were, to be honest. Oh, there's Opus Magnum. Again, had a main character. So that was quite easy to copy the thing from. But there's at least one other example. Oh, Obra Dinn, no. I'm not sure if that was the one I was thinking of, but Obra Dinn, of course, has a main character. You never see what they look like. You only see the hands and part of their sleeves. So, you know, oh, they're wearing gloves. Well, that's, you know, useful, I suppose. But if anything, I kind of welcome the fact when... Well, I don't know, it's bits and pieces, because I do like it when the main character has clothing and a definitive outfit, because that means, you know, good references to look from. I don't have to come up with anything, so sometimes it's a lot easier just to go straight across, translate from column, from video game A to thumbnail B. And it's very, very much appreciated and much more difficult art styles, like in Hollow Knight, very appreciated the main character had good references for their cloak, because otherwise probably would have taken a very long time to get them exact coloration and make it look right. But then for other things like Rakoen, I guess, it was a bit too straightforward. If anything, he's just wearing a t-shirt and a paper hat. In which case, I find myself, I suppose, sometimes by the way, nothing against the game. This is just because of this weird interaction of me making YouTube thumbnails for them. Sometimes I'm a bit sloppy when it's a bit too simple, My brain, my brain doesn't work apparently. My brain's in the wrong gear. Happened on Kukiyomi, I think the Kukiyomi thumbnail art is not very good, TBH. But I also did do it really quickly because I was like, oh whatever, it's like a joke game anyway. I can have a joke thumbnail art. That's a bit harsh on both the game and myself, to be honest. Let's give each other the credit where credit is due. But yeah, but I also do like the freedom of coming up with my own outfits, because like it was fun to think of a witness one. It's fun to come up with some Oberdin Inspector like looking one, even though I kind of cheated a bit because it's mostly you see most of it from the back anyway, so you can't really see what I drawn. There must be another one. Hold on, let's go to my YouTube studio. Let's try and see. Okay, playlists. Oh, I missed actually quite a lot of them. Games out. Sneak Bear. I missed out a Short Hike. I forgot about that one. That was an interesting one because that was a translation of art styles, but the character actually does have clothing, which you see. Grim Fandango. I forgot about that one. That was interesting. I considered a long time over Grim Fandango whether to give Deer an actual skeleton skull or just make her wear a mask. Settled on a mask in the end because I thought an actual deer skull would be a little bit too horrifying, perhaps, and also strays a bit too far from my defined art style, I suppose. Tangle Tower, Spiritfarer, Celeste, Chicken Police. Is that not another one I was thinking of? Maybe there's not another one where I had to come up with an outfit. Either way, it's a lot of fun, drawing outfits, drawing fashion police, that sort of thing. Not to say I'm fit to be on fashion police, but fashion is like one of the things I would love to learn about. Not in the high fashion, like runway, big names, like Paris Fashion Week sort of events, but at least the fundamentals of it. What makes like certain stars, like what differentiates or like what are the defining characteristics of something, like a gothic, like goth like goth fashion versus like goth punk versus like grunge versus that sort of thing, soft grunge, where the delineations come, and being able to like come up with cool outfits on the fly. Because that's the thing that always annoyed me with cartoons, is that the characters, it's good they have identifiable like outfits and stuff, because that makes them memorable in that sort of sense. But it always annoyed me that they always wear like the same outfits all the time, in cartoons especially. I don't think it happens as much in real life actual shots, presumably, but presumably they have a whole wardrobe. But of course, for cartoons, obviously you need it costs money basically to create a load of different outfits and then animate a load of the outfits. It's much easier just to have a simple rig or one clothing outfit and that sort of thing, and then just stick with it. Because if you start setting a precedent that they're going to have different outfits all the time, you start running a dangerous game where it's like, oh, now the audience is expecting them to have different outfits on every single episode, so if you can't ever repeat outfits ever again, which is not really how it works, because you definitely wear the same clothes over and over again in real life. If you like an outfit, you'll probably wear it multiple times. But, if you see it in a cartoon, you'll be like, oh, what? That seems a bit strange, isn't it? Why are they wearing the same outfit again? That's just not how it should be. So I give real props to any shows where they actually change the outfits, and, sometimes they sidestep the fact by having it take place in a school where they've got, like, uniforms or whatever, which is, like, fair enough, but when they're not in school, I'd like to see some more varied outfits and that sort of thing. Like, I remember, there's a show called like Littlest Pet Shop based off a Hasbro, I think, toy line. We don't really need software, it turns out. Hasbro toy line, and the main character in that show, like, she was all about fashion. So there was like a defining thing she had is she had different outfits, like in maybe not every single episode, but in quite a few of the episodes she was wearing a different outfit, like, because she wanted to express herself fashion wise, and it makes sense. She was a fashion student and she was looking to apply to like fashion universities and that sort of thing, where she'd wear different outfits, she'd wear her hair differently, that sort of thing. I can't imagine the like animating costume must have been a real nuisance to do. But I really appreciated like what I saw from the small clips of it. Never actually watched a show, and I suppose that's a problem. I appreciate it in theory, but I'm not actually going out and watching the show or buying merchandise, which is the thing which they had to show to the business investors to be like, yes, this is worth the money you're putting in, rather than just artistic expression. But it's really cool to see her wear different outfits, and that's a thing. Like a lot of these gacha games I play, a lot of them thing, especially shiny colours. A big thing they put emphasis on is actually fashion. So much so, I watched a video about someone, a fashion dude, basically did an analysis of all the different styles of fashion the characters wear, and each character has their own distinctive style, which is hard for the layperson like me to quite put their finger on, but you can definitely sort of feel the vibe they're going for a lot of the time, and they break it down. This character, she's actually really fashion forward, so she does a lot of experimenting and mixing with styles, using bold clashing colour combinations, and mixing, matching, bring back old styles. Or this character has a very retro style, styles that's very popular in the 80s, that sort of thing. This character, she's got very soft personality, she's got floral patterns are really common, along with soft pastel colours and knitwear, that sort of thing. This character, doesn't really care much about clothing, so she's got the pedestrian style of fashion. I'm like, oh, this is so interesting, But alas, I have no knowledge of it. I don't even know how you start learning about that sort of thing. Not so that I couldn't. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Don't let your memes be memes. That sort of thing. Fashion, there's a lot of places to basically learn, isn't it? You sort of just have to go out and look, just look at what people are wearing and look at what the current trends are, that sort of thing, and that's how you learn, isn't it? I don't actually know if you can catch a clownfish now, but we're going to try to get these Nookmar missions done just before the end of this episode. And yeah, and just with that knowledge, it just means when I draw things from then on, I can just have much more interesting outfits which really speak and express a character, because that's what fashion is. It's a expression of who you are as a person. How you choose to dress is how you choose to represent yourself, I suppose, in some ways. So now if you're someone who doesn't really care about fashion, you can have very casual clothing, that sort of thing. You go for comfort over necessarily style or trends. It shows who you are. It shows you counter to that sort of thing. You don't care what others think. You'd rather show who you are as a person rather than necessarily dress up necessarily for other people. It's more for yourself. Or you have someone very fashion forward, it shows that on top of the trends. It shows that they care about their appearance, and it's just a passion of them for them, that sort of thing. It's a little. I mean, that's not very good. Neither of those are very good descriptive examples, but things that come out. And to be honest, to go back to shiny colours, that's why I find it such an interesting game, because I was like, the fact that you just look at some of the cards and you're like, this doesn't feel like it falls into usual anime tropes of fashion. It feels like someone is actually styling all these outfits and stuff. Not that people aren't styling outfits, but actually someone who's familiar with fashion is, because I was like, these actually look pretty cool. These look like actual human outfits rather than usual anime clothing, which is just so all over the place with many belts or over top, which is to create striking character design, but not so much grounded in reality, I suppose. So where was I going with all of this? I don't know. Fashion's interesting. Not my forte, but I mean, it has piqued my curiosity about it. Well, it has always been quite peaked, I suppose, not piked. But yeah, I suppose it's just the opportunities haven't really come up, or which to explore that any further. But I'd love to at some point learn more about fashion. Quick, go redeem a mile ticket. Actually, we'll do that at the end of the episode. We'll have a quick jaunt down here, see if we can spot a small shadow for potential clownfish. Clownfishes might only be after 4 PM, which is why I was like, I'm not sure if I can catch it right now. Oh, but we might as well see. Sailor went to sea to see what they could see, and all that they could see was the bottom of a deep blue sea. Now we're writing all together. Alright, what was it? Writing all together. Feelings will be here forever. Wait, how does that actually go? Now it's raining more than ever. Now thou always have each other. Okay. Now lockdown's going on forever. No, we'll always have each other. We can write some kind words together. Why don't you send me a kind words a, a. Cause I'm a postman dear called Ella, a. Completely random, but I think there's real potential in that parody. I want to see if someone's done it. Hold on. People do like parody songs for like every game nowadays. So let's see. I'm gonna do this in incognito mode so it doesn't mess up my recommended videos by clicking on some random things. Let's see. Kind words song. Oh, it's not gonna come up with anything now I think about it, because you know, kind words is just like a phrase. Parody? Song parody. Let it go. I'm a H parody. What? Duck song. Okay, this is clearly not what I wanted. But anyway, that's why this episode off here. So yeah, I know, fashion. Thumbs up for me. But for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. If it's been Animal Crossing New Horizons, I've been darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, all greatly appreciated. Something, what's after that? Links down below. I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now. That's not how you wave. I'll get back to working on that Fez farm now.